aren't they just annoying to the rest of us? We're trying to have a big fat pity party. They're like, well, look on the bright side, you could be dead. And so could you. One can only hope that it will be soon. Negative emotions are part of the human experience. Anger, frustration, fear, we all feel them. But my point is we should allow negative emotions to be more like brief visitors and see what they're trying to teach us rather than just to move in as full-time residents. And really worse than the overly perky people are the pessimists. Now I call them joy busters. You know the kind of people who can just suck the energy out of the room the minute they walk in? You just thought of somebody, didn't you? These are the kind of people, no matter how good your news is, they will find a way to rain on your parade, won't they? You could go up to one of these people and say, you're not going to believe this. I just won the $100 million lottery. And they just shake their head. You know you're going to have to pay taxes on that. You'll be lucky if you end up with 50 million. Somehow I'll make ends meet. So I know this won't come as a shock to you, but one of the biggest causes of stress is people. People, and they're everywhere, aren't they? On the highway, on our jobs, in our beds. I mean, the planet is literally infested with them. The one thing I've learned, and I know you know this, we cannot necessarily control what other people say and do, can we? We can only control what? Ourselves and how we react to what people say and do. Because people can be rude, can't they? I know, I don't have to tell you. And I don't even know if they mean to be, but they can say the most jaw-dropping things. They'll walk up to some young couple, when y'all get married anyway? Or a newlywed couple, when y'all having a baby? Or somebody like me, heard about your rash? It's rude. Now I'll give you an example. I wear glasses. I look around the room, I notice some of you folks are like me and you wear glasses. Now if you see somebody wearing glasses, you can assume two things. Number one, we like to see like the rest of you. And number two, we've probably exhausted all of our other options. It's not really that we like having glass and metal and plastic hanging off our faces. But do you glasses folks ever get this? You take off your glasses, rub your eyes a little bit, and invariably somebody will say, you know, you really look a lot better without those glasses. I just look at them and go, you know, so do you. Okay, I don't actually say that. But I think what goes on up here, no one ever has to know, do they? We should have a non-stop party going on all the time up here. Some people with their little comments, you know. So at the age of 55, my dentist, who I'd been seeing for 20 years, said, you know, you could use braces. I said, you just noticed? But as you know, over time, things shift. And, you know, back when I was coming of age, hardly anybody got braces. I don't remember hardly any of my friends having braces. And I know my dad, how practical he was. I can imagine the dentist said, you know, she could use braces. My dad said, well, can she eat all right? Yeah, she can eat. But, I mean, years down the road, she got some bite issues. Well, she can pay for it then. I just kick that can down the road. So I got braces. Anybody in the adult braces club? Oh, yeah, good times, right? You're in the waiting room with all the 12-year-olds. They're wanting to watch SpongeBob on the TV. You're like, guys, can't we watch The Young and the Restless? You're thinking, I'm pretty much watching The Young and the Restless right here. So before I got fit for my braces, they said, listen, we're going to need you to come in and do an impression. I said, okay. So I practiced. And I went and I said, oh, this is Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life. You know, every time a middle-aged woman gets braces, an angel gets its wings. Thank you. No, stay in your seats. I am the only woman in the country that can do Jimmy Stewart. Thank you. I couldn't be prouder. But... So 19 months later, of course, they're kind of on to me, and I have to be fit for my retainers. They go, hey, Kay, we need you to come in and do another impression. I said, okay. So I practiced. I did my impression of every woman that has ever sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl. They go on for days, don't they? I mean, it's kind of nice, you know, they start singing, you go throw in a load of laundry, you come back, they're still singing, go run a 5K, you know, so this is my impression of every woman that has ever sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Oh, say, can you see? Trying to enjoy a patriotic moment, and all we can think is, can't they just start the game already? And by the way, do you know what the #1 stressor on the job in America is? Anybody know? It's annoying coworkers. Oh, come on, you know there's one on every job. And if you can't think of one, it might be you. We have to laugh. We have to take life seriously enough to realize that humor is all around us. And don't you think people are the funniest when they're not trying to be? Do you know people that mix up common words and phrases? Oh, my sister does it all the time. We call them Cindyisms. It's when she gets really exasperated. She'll say, Kay, I am telling you that woman is just not the sharpest tool in the sky. What? One time we were playing Scrabble, she goes, man, I got nothing. I am up a pole without a paddle. But people do it all the time. I do it. We all do it. I ran into this lady that was telling me that her niece had graduated from college, and she was really proud of her, as she should be. She said, she's really smart, too. She graduated Magnum PI. You know, I didn't want to correct her and say, ma'am, everybody knows it's Magna Carta. But there are potentially stressful situations everywhere. What about the stress of driving? You know, I used to weigh out the stress of not getting where I needed to be on time versus the stress of getting a ticket. You know what I finally learned? You just leave earlier. It took me years to figure that out. And I had to learn it because at my age, I can't bat my eyelashes at the young cops and get out of the tickets. I'm like, you really want to give me that ticket? It's like, ma'am, you got something in your eye? Are you going to be okay to drive? Is there somebody we can call? Maybe a son, grandson, great-grandson? Just give me that ticket, you whippersnapper. I didn't think you gave tickets to pretty girls. We don't, ma'am. Sign here.